Hey everyone, it's Matthew and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about the scariest and most interesting award show on the earth, the Golden Globes. The Golden Globes are decided by 90 foreign journalists, I assume on an island somewhere shaped like a skull, and they determine who gets Oscar momentum. They are weird, they are wacky, they are unlike any other award show, and they cover both movies and TV. Today we're just tackling the movies. Another video we will be tackling the TV side. Now for movies, they like to decide what the Oscar is going to nominate, but they also like, if we like someone, we don't care what they do, like Helen Mirren or Meryl Streep. They really just don't give an F about what they do as long as they're there. So let's start with Best Score. I have Trial of Chicago 7, Soul, The Midnight Sky. Those three will be nominated. The other two spots are up for grabs, and I have Malcolm and Marie and Hillbilly Elegy there. Both both of those movies are done by previous nominees, Timothy McKenzie, who was nominated last year, as well as Hans Zimmer, who did Hillbilly Elegy. Other scores that could sneak in: Nomadland, One Night in Miami, The Five Bloods. There's definitely a lot of potential for this category. Interesting. Now, Best Song. Now, with Best Song, they just won big stars there. So I've Carry Me With You from Onward, Just Sing from Trolls World Tour, Speak Now from One Night in Miami, The Plan from Tenet, and Wear Your Crown from Prom. Now, Speak Now is gonna win. It really just doesn't matter what else can get nominated. Now they can throw something random in there, like Jingle Jangle, and they can also throw Wuhan Flu from the Borat sequel. We'll talk about that movie a little bit later. Best animated feature film. Expect these five, no matter what. These five will show up everywhere. Erdwig and the Witch, Onward, Over the Moon, Soul, and Wolfwalkers. Soul's gonna win. Let's just not pretend that anything else has a shot of winning. Maybe Wolfwalkers, but let's not pretend. Also, Soul has pretty much best score on lock, engraved, set in stone. Man, that's some good stuff. Best foreign language film. Now, with this, they don't really follow the Oscars. They do what they want. Expect another round. The Life Ahead and Minari there, even if those three don't go on to the Oscars. Why Minari's there? Because it's from the United States. If a movie's over 50% of a different language, it has to be put in foreign language. I know it's stupid. Farewell was here last year, but I don't make the rules. I just pretend I do. As for the other two, I'm beginning from France and Charters from Sweden, but the last two spots can really go to anybody. It'll be an interesting category to watch, that's for sure. Now for the toughest one, in my opinion, Best Screenplay. Because unlike the Oscars, who split up into original and adapted, here they're all together. So a lot of good screenplays are just going to get left out in the dust. Sorry. I have Minari, The Father, One Night in Miami, Trial of Chicago 7, and Nomadland here. Movies that could sneak in there: Promising Young Woman, Soul, Malcolm and Marie, The Five Bloods. There's definitely a lot of things that can happen. I definitely think you're going to see Chicago 7, Nomadland, and Miami there, no matter what. I think the other two spots are more interesting. There's definitely a theme here. There's like three solid contenders, and then the other two are really a free for all. So that's definitely something to watch out for on nomination morning. Best Supporting Actress. I have Candice Bergen from Let Them All Talk, Glenn Close from Hillbilly Elegy, Olivia Colman for The Father, Jodie Foster from The Montanian, and Amanda Seyfried from Mank. Amanda and Glenn and Olivia, those three are you're gonna see them on Oscar in the morning. I'm calling it now. I know people are a little skeptic about Close, but she's gonna get in. You have been warned. I know people hate Hillbilly Elegy with fiery passion. I know I didn't like it either, but it's coming. It's like tax day. Hillbilly elegy is coming whether you want it or not. Now, they like big stars, so that's why I have Bergen and Foster in there. I know a lot of people are predicting Young from Minari. As much as I would love to see her nominated, and I really do, I don't think they're going to do it. It's like Zhao Shuzhen from the Farewell last year. Everyone thought she was a shoo-in. She missed out. And her co-star that has like a bigger name got in. We'll talk about Steven Yen soon. But that's what I think is going to happen. But she can sneak in, absolutely. Olivia Cookie from Sound of Metal could get in. I'm predicting a complete shutout of Sound of Metal, unfortunately. It's just not a movie that I don't think the old people at the Golden Globes are gonna love. Like I can just see them like hating it, walking their ears, and shutting it off as soon as possible. Like that's just what I think is gonna happen. But who knows? Maybe they'll actually do make the right choice for once. Anyway, supporting actor. I have Yar Abdul Martin II and Sacha Baron Cohen from Chicago 7. I think they're going to get two nominees and no matter what. Daniel Kaluuya from Judas and the Black Messiah. Leslie Odom Jr. from One Night in Miami. And I have an interesting fifth one. David Strathairn from Nomadland. I know a lot of people aren't predicting him, but I think his performance was good, and I think he definitely deserves to be among them. So is Yar Abdul Martin II. But considering all the men from Trial Chicago 7 aren't in supporting, anyone could replace them. I think Cohen's nominated no matter what. I think Kaluuya's nominated no matter what. And I think Odom Jr. will be nominated no matter what. Odom Jr. could realistically get 3 nominations on the Golden Globes morning. And I think that's going to happen. I think Baron Cohen is going to get 3. He also produced Borat 2, which we'll talk about. But yeah, I think that's what's going to happen. It'll be interesting to see. Best Director. This is another tough category. I have Regina King from One Night in Miami, Sam Levinson from Malcolm and Marie, Aaron Sorkin from The Trial of Chicago 7, Florence Zeller for The Father, and Chloe Zhao for Nomadland. I think Spike Lee is definitely number 6 and could easily come up. I also think Shada King from Judas and the Black Messiah could sneak up in there too. I'm curious to see what they do with Judas and the Black Messiah. They could love it and they could hate it. I think Kaluuya gets in no matter what, but I think Dominique Fishback and supporting actress deserves to get in. So as bet their song they did and the picture itself. So I'm hoping they do the right thing on that, but I doubt it. And, and I'm interested to see what the hell they do with this category. Because you have Zhao who's going to win. She won everything thus far, practically everything thus far. I highly doubt she misses. It reminds me a lot of Roma when Alfonso Cuarón just swept everything. I think Chloe Zhao will sweep. She'll be the second woman to ever win an Oscar, and I think that's going to be incredible to watch. Now, here comes the fun part. Now, actor, actress, and picture here is split into comedy, musical, and drama. Now, comedy musical is interesting this year. You'll see why. So for actor musical comedy, I have Sacha Baron Cohen from Borat 2, Pete Davidson from The King of Staten Island, Mads Mikkelsen from Another Round, Lin-Manuel Miranda, and Leslie Odom Jr. from Hamilton. Yes, Hamilton is eligible here. I don't think it will be at the Oscars, but it's eligible here. I'm sorry. I know people hate that. People think it's unfair, and I agree, but it's coming. It's like Hillbilly Elegy. It's coming no matter what you think or say. I'm sorry. I think Miranda's definitely going to get in. I think Owen Jr. has a good chance, but we'll see. I don't know if they're going to go 3 for 3. I'm predicting it, but I don't know for sure. I think Baron Cohen and Wilkinson's going to get it no matter what. And Pete Davidson is the newcomer nomination they like to throw into the comedy categories. Basically, here, comedy is a free-for-all. Who else can get in? I think Jamie Dornan from Wild Mountain Time can get in. I think Andy Samberg from Palm Springs. I don't think they're going to touch Palm Springs, but I could be wrong. And I also think Will Ferrell from Eurovision can get in. And we'll talk about Eurovision because I actually have him in my nominations. You'll see in a second. Best Actress Musical Comedy. Maria Bakalova from Borat 2. Rachel McAdams from Eurovision. Catherine Newton from Freaky. I'll explain that one in a minute because I know everyone's freaking out right about now. The fact that I just said that. Rosamund Pike from I Care a Lot and Meryl Streep from The Prom. Now, Bakalova is interesting. She's supporting Lily everywhere else. The Hollywood Foreign Press Association's like, no, you're competing lead here. I think she's going to win, but you can't underestimate Meryl Streep. You can't. You can't underestimate her. You're legally required to not underestimate her. So I think it's going to be those two battling out. And now with Rosamund Pike, she snuck in 2 years ago in a competitive drama actress field for a movie that I don't think anyone watched, like ever. I forget the name of the movie off the top of my head, but I think Pike's going to get in here, especially with Netflix behind her, and this movie apparently is better. So we'll see. Rachel McAdams from Eurovision. Now, they're the Hollywood Foreign Press Association. This is about a foreign singing competition. How could they not ignore this? Like, this movie was practically made for them. A big, giant musical about Europe. I mean, how could they not? I think it's going to get him. Now, with Catherine Newton, I know a lot of people are going to be like, what the hell's wrong with you? Why are you putting this in? Where's my oatmeal? Like, I get it. But I have a strange feeling about her. I think she's going to get in. As strange and as probably horrifying to most of you, I think she's going to get in. And then they're going to reward Universal Studios in a big way for trying to keep movie theaters operating throughout this pandemic. But we'll see. I think Anna Taylor-Joy from Emma and Michelle Pfeiffer from French Exit, those two are creeping in, and I think they can sneak in. As well as Christine Milioti from Palm Springs. I don't think they're going to touch Palm Springs. I hope I'm wrong. Palm Springs is my favorite comedy of the whole year. But we'll see. I think it'll be weird what they do. Now, Best Actor Drama. This is where things get interesting. This is probably one of the most riskiest categories I'm taking a risk on. We start with the two obvious. Chadwick Boseman from Ma Rainey's Black Bottom and Anthony Hopkins from The Father. Those two are getting in. Like, I would be shocked if those two missed. Now, this is when things get interesting. I have Stephen Yin from Minari. I think he's the Aquafina this year, like the bigger co-star that gets in over the smaller supporting co-star, but a lot better. I think Young is better than Yen. That's just my opinion, but they're both great. And I also have Tom Holland from Sherry and John David Washington from Malcolm Murray. John David Washington is awesome. His performance should not be ignored at all. I think it's fantastic. He deserves to be up here. And Holland from Sherry, I know it's interesting, but I don't think they're going to pass him up. I think he's a big star right now, and I think they would want him as some part of the award show no matter what, so I think you can see him nominated. Other people you can see in Tom Hanks from News of the World or George Clooney from The Midnight Sky can get in. They love big stars, as I just mentioned. But we'll see. I think this category could get wacky. Best Actress Drama. Sorry, dry throat. I think you're going to see these five everywhere. I would be shocked if any of these five miss, but they're the Golden Globes. I'll talk about who I think could miss. Viola Davis from Ma Rainey's Black Bond. Vanessa Kirby, Pieces of a Woman. Frances McDormand, Nomadland. Carrie Mulligan, Promising Young Woman, and Zendaya, Malcolm and Marie. Get used to those five. You're going to see those five everywhere. But Amy Adams, Hillbilly Elegy, and Sophia Loren, The Life Ahead, they're going to sneak up somewhere. It's either here or the SAG Awards, which I'll talk about next week. But they're coming. They're going to sneak up somewhere. I think the two vulnerable ones are Carrie Mulligan from Promising Young Woman. I think her performance is great, but I know some people didn't like it and might feel a little uncomfortable with the themes, which is a bunch of baloney. And I also think Vanessa Kirby from Pieces of a Woman. Because I think, Netflix has too many irons in the fire. so I can see her again left behind. And also, I'm just not sure about her performance. I'm not sure if people are going to love it as much as I did and a lot of people did. I think that movie is going to be interesting to watch. Because I think, I forgot to mention this, Ellen Bernstein from Pieces of a Woman can sneak in supporting actress. So we'll see how it does. Netflix is going to be juggling a lot of balls, and you're going to see a lot of movies that they did that should be in there, not in there. That's why I'm not predicting the Five Bloods. That's why I'm not predicting Mank that much. I think Mank's going to be the darkest hour of this year. It only gets one nomination everywhere, and then the BAFTAs, it overperforms, and then at the Oscars, it overperforms as well. That's what I think is going to happen with Mank. Don't worry, it's still in the race. I'm predicting a Sound of Metal shutout because, again, I don't think it's a movie that they're going to love. I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong. I think Sound of Metal's fantastic, but we'll see. Best Picture Musical Comedy. I have Borat 2, Eurovision, Freaky, Hamilton, and The Prom. Yes, I know, Freaky. I know. The producer who produces Jason Blum has been nominated before, twice actually, and one for Get Out, one for Black Klansman. So with the comedy categories being as dead it is, I think it leaves them room for them to do something weird, something interesting, something unexpected. And I think you could see that in picture comedy. Other movies that I think it can sneak in: Palm Springs, The King of Staten Island. Now, notice how I'm not saying On the Rocks. On the Rocks is dead. It's gone. Kaput. Finished. I hear Apple is actually pushing Cherry more than On the Rocks. So I think On the Rocks is done. Bill Murray can get in, supporting actor, but I don't think anything else can get in. I hope I'm wrong. Actually, no, I don't. I actually hated that movie with fiery passion, but that's besides the point. Also, I think Barb and Stargo Vista Daymar can get in. That's the new Kristen Wiig movie. It actually hasn't come out yet. It comes out the 12th. And I also think I Caroline, Rosamund Pike's movie, can get in too. Again, comedy category is very interesting this year. I think you're going to see Borat 2, Hamilton, and The Prom there no matter what. It's going to be interesting to see what else fills it. Now, picture drama. I'm sticking with these five for now. I don't think I'm going to change these five, but I'll talk about what I think could get into. The Father, Mal- Malcolm and Marie, Nomadland, One Night in Miami, The Trial of Chicago 7. I think you can see those five. What I think could sneak in, Mank, obviously, The Five Bloods, Sound of Metal, I think could sneak in. I think Cherry could sneak in if Apple pushes it. It shouldn't, but I think it's possible. I think Hillbilly Elegy is very possible. It's coming, whether you want to or not. And I also think Ma Rainey's Black Bottom has a good chance too. Ooh, I definitely think this category can get weird. And I also think Judas and the Black Messiah too. What a great movie. Once you see it, trust me, you'll understand why I love it so much. So that's it for now. My next video, I'm going to tackle the TV side of the Golden Globes, which I think is going to get interesting. Definitely with some of the picks I have. But sound off in the comments below. What do you think is going to get nominated? What do you think of my crazy ass freaky prediction? I mean, what's your riskiest nomination you think is going to happen? If you like this video, like, comment, and subscribe, and see you next time.